occupied. Well, at least at my end. We'll never fix this old complication, but my heart feels like an overcrowded train station whenever they mention your name. And I'm just fine playing that game. And while others climb the mountaintops, I crawl the wall up. And while others put up a tent at the summit, I enjoy the view from the ceiling for a while and then plummet here. This runs on love and duct tape. 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 We'll never find the mystical fountain of youth, and so this car will eventually break down. But as long as there's still a chance of driving it to your door, wrap some duct tape around. We'll never fix any old thing, but we can wrap some love around the part that stings and put it over there in the bookshelf until I am an old thing myself. And while others climb the mountaintops, I crawl the wall up. And while others put up a tent at the summit, I enjoy the view from the ceiling for a while and then plummet here. This runs on love and duct tape. This runs on love and duct tape. This runs on love and duct tape. This runs on love and duct tape.
Hello, good evening. Thank you very much. I've noticed there's some English-speaking people, so I'm going to try to do this partially in English, I guess. My name is the Black Elephant Band. It's nice that you're here. This is a very new song. The second song is a very new song.
Yes, I'm hammered, sure, but I'm not an amateur. I can still pretend to be a dollar store Dylan till my career goes kerplunk. 'Cause as a medium punk, the punks and folkies paint you as the villain. They say I'm a tool of menace, taking all of your pennies. Please don't hold it against me. 'Cause whenever the voice cracks on one of those noise tracks, it cracks me up and I'm open and I'm free. So join me in the celebration of great limitations. We'll have some folk punk and port wine. And there will be dumb luck and smart misfortunes and mistakes of the greatest kind. Being a weirdo will be a virtue wherever we will go. And whatever we will do, it's probably the start of nothing.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a very political song about superheroes.
I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman. I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman, and he would fight crimes in his unbeatable way. throwing batarangs at villains all night and day. But the villain wouldn't be the scarecrow. No, the villain would be tabloid newspapers that try to prevent you to know what the fuck is going on. What the fuck is going on? I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman. I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman. And the villain wouldn't be the Riddler. No, the villain would be an idiot ex-US president that overuses Twitter to spray his shit around, to spray his hate around. I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman. I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman. And the villain wouldn't be the Joker. No, the villain would be rich-ass arms dealers that play a cynical poker game with human lives. With human lives. I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman. I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman. And the villain wouldn't be Mr. Freeze. No, the villain would be pharmaceutical companies celebrating a vicious disease because it saves their jobs. Because it saves their jobs. I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman. I wanna live in a world where there's a left-wing Batman. And the villain wouldn't be Poison Ivy. No, the villain would be every snobby customer too arrogant to ask nicely for a second cup of coffee. For a second cup of coffee. Throw that batarang, man. That guy don't seem to understand that the waitress got it just as hard as he does.
Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes the songs end surprisingly. Here's a song about the perfect pair of pants to wear when you're ordering a pizza. I learned this during the pandemic.
It's been a messy ride since I've been on this earth, but I measure my age not by the distance from my birth, but by the urgency and the frequency that I go out to the pharmacy. There is no way I'm gonna win this, so I put on my pizza pants, trading onions for opinions. There's no way I'm gonna win this, so I put on my pizza pants, trading onions for opinions. Straight edge days when I had the food poisoning blues, my own mortality became an uncomfortable truth. Well, I couldn't hold in any of the fries or the mayonnaise, ready to hug the toilet bowl until the end of days. There is no way I'm gonna win this, so I put on my pizza pants, trading onions for opinions. There's no way I'm gonna win this, so I put on my pizza pants, trading onions for opinions. Why do you think I'm a slob? Took all my filthy habits, turned them into a job, holding on to this cup of coffee. For now might keep me safe, but every favorite cup will break someday. Ain't it fun when things get worse, just as bad as they can be? Can we meet up to rehearse a great uncertainty? dodging people, parties, and events. Domestic violence next door has gotten more intense, and I've been dodging my moral code and responsibilities. Domestic violence sounds better with courts underneath. Ain't it fun when things get worse? Just as bad as they can be. Where can we meet up to rehearse? Great uncertainty. And you must be aware that every relationship is just a fucking countdown for somebody to quit or to die or to get a pet. Well, I don't know much, but I guess that there is nothing wrong with that. Ain't it okay when things stay okay? Fuck the great uncertainty. Ain't it okay when things stay okay? Fuck the great uncertainty. I tried to deal with the medical facts printed on the sleeves of all your cigarette packs in these times of peace. Yeah, they send out the attack telephone command. Do you copy like Elephant Band?
Thank you very much. I broke a string, but I have a second guitar. Sorry for this little noise. I'll be right back. This sounds very different now. But it looks funnier, I think. This is the guitar for the more serious songs about this next song is about my favorite war. I will explain this though. I can explain. My favorite war is the war that was fought Denmark and Canada fought for the Hans Island. An island with the name of Hans, and it was, I think, somewhere next to Greenland. It was, and it's very small and it's very non-important. But they fought a war for it, and they did it like this. Denmark went to that island on a boat, and they put up a Danish flag, and they left some very heavy alcohol, and then Denmark left, and Canada came on a boat, and they replaced the flag. They put up a Canadian flag, drank the alcohol, and left a lot of heavy alcohol again, and then they left again. Denmark came back, and that was how they did that. And I think that it has, well, I think every war should be similar to that one. That would be much better.
There's an island in the Kennedy Channel next to Greenland, way up north and far out. Denmark and Canada are waging a war there that few have even heard about. But it's not all that severe, not many casualties here. Soldiers throwing up, that's about it. Not much fighting going on, and a zero death toll. We use a neurotoxin, it's called alcohol on Hans Island. Island, on Hans Island, on Hans Island. And they say just cheer beer, though Don't spread the fear, but the camaraderie, border less empathy, compassion and booze, and no one will lose, and at some point no one would even remember what other wars are like. Hi, my name is Lars. Hi, my name is Mike. Agree on that, so let's fight like they do on Hans Island. Let's fight like they do on Hans Island, on Hans Island, on Hans Island, on Hans Island, on Hans Island.
Dankeschön. Wie schön diese kleine Gitarre verzerrt ist. Ich glaube, das ist ein schlechtes Zeichen für meine Batterie, aber eigentlich klingt es ganz schön gerade. Hallo, schön, dass ihr da seid. This is not necessarily a song about soccer or football. It's also a song about feeling left out, feeling like the third goalkeeper in the team.
I'm the third goalie of my team. Will never get a chance again to redeem myself. Well, I certainly don't lack the self-esteem. When I told the coach to go fuck himself. When I told the coach to go fuck himself. When I told the coach to go fuck himself. So he degraded me from my old hood, number 12. With the penalties, I'm a master of my craft. I once saved 3 in one game and how I laughed. And now I'm just a little bit too old, or so I'm told by the coach of my discontent. Or so I'm told by the coach of my discontent. Or so I'm told by the coach of my discontent. That this means my career's end. I used to love this town, my team and the fans. I don't expect anyone to understand. And I just never meant to come across as a quitter. Never meant to grow bitter when I'm old. Never meant to grow bitter when I'm old. Never meant to grow bitter when I'm old. But everybody here is somebody here's asshole. Everybody here is somebody here.
Thank you, especially the left side of the room from you guys. Thank you. So I'm doing this in English still. If you have any complaints, I can do it in both languages, but that will take double the amount of time. Should I do it both? Oh, yeah. Okay, dann mache ich es auf Deutsch. Gut, die beiden, die da saßen, haben, glaube ich, haben sich auch auf Englisch unterhalten. Deswegen dachte ich, tue ich allen einen Gefallen, aber ich wechsle das auch gerne. Hier ist ein Song über einen Menschen mit einem großen, großen Rotweinglas in der Hand. Er hat den Rotwein nicht in sich behalten können für den ganzen Song über, für den ganzen Abend über. Der Rotwein war am Ende nicht mehr in ihm drin.
The guy with a giant glass of red wine had a stride in his walk back when he was fine. And the guy with a giant glass of red wine in his hand, a certain out-of-place presence I did not comprehend or understand, where he came from, where he went, and why he held that giant glass. And why did I not drink red wine all the motherfucking time? I became obsessed with the guy with a giant glass of red wine. Made me think that certain arrogance about him probably just stemmed from his drink, There was a party going on, but I was just searching for that guy all the time. The sophistication he displayed, well, it probably was just the wine. But towards the evening's blurry end, I had lost sight of my new friend, until in a fever dream I found that gory splatter scene in the bathroom. The guy, no more glass of wine in his hand, just laying in what looked like an ocean of blood and crimson chunks of brain. Had he killed himself for being so out of place, a misfit, so weird at this final party where everyone else was just drinking beer, Everyone else was just drinking beer. 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 And so how could we know? Oh no, we still had to learn what a scary kind of red all your innards will turn when you drink red wine. The guy with a giant glass of red wine had only puked his heart out, and I hope he's fine.
Thank you. Dankeschön.
There's people spending money on everything they see, and Amazon is getting rich and richer. But that way of living does not apply to me. I've been saving all my money for the flood. Shopping sprees or luxury, just to steal a lifeboat as a form of security. I've been saving all my money for the flood. Now this is the end that I have foretold. Tried to warn them down at the radio station. Well, they didn't listen, but come Black Friday, they'll be dead. Nothing needed was a little preparation. I've been saving all my money for the flood. devastation. But far up among the clouds, I can spot a spaceship. Now it's a surprise alien invasion. But I've been saving all my money for the flood. I've been saving all my money for the flood. Saving all my money for the flood, but I've been saving all my money for the flood.
An dieser Stelle landen Aliens im Song. Das sage ich nur kurz dazu. Es zieht sich auch noch ein bisschen, diese Alien-Entführung. Ungefähr noch einen Takt jetzt oder zwei.
My prediction was wrong and the aliens abducted me. Said, hey man, the end times look quite differently. We've been watching your prep work, but we don't quite understand what good is money when there is a flood. What good is money when there is a flood? What good is money when there is an alien invasion? Or when there is a flood?
Thank you. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Ich strecke jetzt dieses Set mit Coversongs von Leuten, die man gar nicht covern darf. Es ist streng verboten, Tom Waits zu covern. Aber jetzt habe ich schon angefangen. Ups.
Don't go to church on Sunday. Don't get on my knees to pray. Don't memorize the books of the Bible. I got my own special way. I know Jesus loves me, maybe just a little bit more. I fall down on my knees every Sunday at your elderly candy store. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, make me feel so good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus to keep me satisfied. Don't want no apple, don't want no almond joy. Ooh, there ain't nothing better suitable for this boy. Well, it's the only thing that can pick me up better than a cup of gold. See, only the chocolate Jesus can satisfy my soul. When the weather gets rough and it's whiskey and shade, bastard wrap your savior up in the cellophane. He flows like the big muddy, but that's okay. Pour him over ice cream for a nice buffet. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, make me feel so good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus to keep me satisfied. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, good enough for me. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, good enough for me. What's good enough for me? It's good enough for me.
Dankeschön. Thank you.
Hobbling through existence, just like a one-legged dog. Tried to buy a little wheelchair, but they were out of stock. You can't buy luck, and you can't buy charm. You can't buy charisma, but you can buy the farm. Hitchhiking on the highway, I come by a one-wheeled Ford, but I'm a one-legged dog man, and so I hop on board.
unplug another string right now, which means that I'll go back to the other. I will change the string on the old guitar. I'll go back to the other guitar, and we will not have this sweet distortion anymore. You know, it sounded a little bit horrible and scary, but also a little bit great. I will miss it, and I will be back in 3 minutes. Alles gut, die klingt schon besser. Ich spiele die gerne, wenn sie 6 Seiten hat. Die klingt auch echt gut. Die meinst du? Ja. Die hat einfach schon viel gesehen. Das glaube ich. Kleines Plopp-Geräusch. Oder nicht? Hallo, da bin ich wieder. Ich erzähle euch noch eine wunderschöne Geschichte. Ich habe gestern in Halle gespielt und mir ist die B-Seite gerissen und dann habe ich die Ersatzgitarre genommen und dann ist mir auf der Ersatzgitarre die B-Seite gerissen. Und heute ist genau das gleiche passiert mit der G-Seite. Also die beiden haben sich gut abgesprochen zumindest, was sie mir an dem Abend so antun wollen. Ich versuche mal wieder reinzufinden in diesen Song.
Hitchhiking on the highway, I come by a one-wheeled Ford, but I'm a one-legged dog man, and so I hop on board. You can't buy luck, and you can't buy charm. Can't buy charisma, but you can buy the farm. Can't buy genetics, you can buy DNA. You can't buy talent, but you can play anyway. Waiting at the airport for us a one-winged plane, but not to fly at all, man. Now wouldn't that be insane? You can't buy luck, and you can't buy charm. Can't buy charisma, but you can buy the farm. You can't buy genetics, you can buy DNA. You can't buy talent, but you can play anyway.
Dankeschön. Ich schaue sehr viel Wrestling, das gebe ich jetzt offen und ehrlich zu. Und im Wrestling gibt es diesen wunderschönen Begriff, wenn ein Mensch nicht mehr so ganz gut stehen kann, aus nachvollziehbaren Gründen. Aber ich glaube, diese Gründe kann man auch übertragen aufs echte Leben, auf vielleicht zu betrunken sein oder vielleicht zu nervös sein oder so. Dann sagt man Spaghetti Legs, standing on Spaghetti Legs. Und wenn ich so schöne Sachen höre, dann muss ich Songs drüber schreiben, über Spaghetti Legs.
I spent half my youth walking on spaghetti legs, and I spent half my youth slipping between all the cracks. No headspace to rest, just adding lots of pesto to my spaghetti legs. Was looking for my sea legs, but only found spaghetti legs and tiny arms just like a T-Rex, combined with these spaghetti legs. No headspace to rest, just adding lots of pesto to my spaghetti legs. These times well spent, hey, my wobbly spaghetti legs are becoming more al dente, gig by gig, matter of fact. No headspace to rest, just adding lots of pesto to my spaghetti legs. Just trying to get this point across. You can't really add any kind of sauce to improve your spaghetti legs.
So you still want me to do it in German and English, or only German? I'm not sure. This is the only languages that I can do it in, I think. Klingonisch. Das kannst du übersetzen, Kai, vielleicht. Ist Kai nicht sogar ein klingonisches Wort für irgendwas? So the next song is about a dead whale at the beach of Oregon, USA. And the dead whale was lying there uninvited, I guess. There were town officials deciding to remove the dead whale. And then I guess it was an entertaining conversation about how to remove a dead whale that resulted in somebody screaming, "I still have half a ton of dynamite." And that's about the sound, yeah, just louder, that happened when the whale blew up.
that dead whale washed ashore down in Oregon. They decided to bring dynamite and brought half a ton. Man, I can tell you the conclusion was foregone when that dead whale washed ashore down in Oregon. They said, hey, if we just use enough dynamite, it'll blow that big animal out of our sight. And that particular strategic move on that beach is now on YouTube to learn from and teach that it's not a good idea to blow up a whale. Man, the train of thought is pretty much derailed. There are always ways to handle things, and if you don't know them, the worst thing you can do is trigger an explosion. Dead whale, blubber, and organs when they blew up that whale at the beach down in Oregon. Literal rain of blood! Man, it was bizarre. One big chunk of mammal smashed into a parked car because it's not a good idea to blow up a whale. Man, the train of thought is pretty much derailed. There are always ways to handle things, and if you don't know them, the worst thing you can do is trigger an explosion. Yes, it's not a good idea to blow up a whale. Man, the train of thought is pretty much derailed. There are always ways to handle things, and if you don't know them, the worst thing you can do is trigger an explosion. And that's a fucking rule of life.
Dankeschön. I was watching a lot of Netflix during the pandemic, and maybe too much Netflix. And there was a documentary on the Chicago Bulls, the very successful basketball team of the 90s. And the coach, Phil Jackson, said in one scene to his team, he said, "Handle the goddamn pressure." And that's really, I needed to hear that. That was very nice of him to say that in the documentary. That was good for me.
Phil Jackson said to me through a Netflix documentary, handle the goddamn pressure. I was thinking eventually I just might come to be the man to pull it off. If I spent a couple years fighting and weightlifting with zero prep, some ambition. If I spent a couple years fighting and weightlifting with zero prep, some ambition. Once I felt smaller than life, with the world on top of me. Atomic war, I brought a knife. So I tried to be an animal, tried to be a gentleman, and enemies became old pals. After we spent those years fighting and weightlifting, with zero prep, with some ambition. After we spent those years fighting and weightlifting, with zero prep, with some ambition. And I know Phil wasn't talking to me, but to the Bulls of Chicago. Only difference, there are no trophies in my room.
Thank you. Dankeschön. Mein Name ist The Black Elephant Band. Es gibt Merch. Ich habe CDs, Schallplatten, T-Shirts sind sehr neu und Bücher habe ich auch da, falls ihr Interesse habt. Falls ihr überhaupt kein Interesse habt, kommt trotzdem, glaube ich, irgendwann ein Spendenhut in euer Gesicht hinein, wo ihr ganz viel Geld reinschmeißen dürft. Niemand hält euch auf, sehr viel Geld da reinzuschmeißen.
Since the dawn of mankind, there are two things that never stop to puzzle man's mind. The one thing is religion, with one god slaying the next, but I like it more peaceful. Some call it love, some call it sex. You see my Tijuana Bible right there on the nightstand. Well, just by a sleight of hand, I follow the commandment, the ones that are Bible. Sorry, Jesus, I don't mean to be rude, but I prefer my holy figures to be badly drawn and nude. The image of your corpse is just not doing it for me, where my religion is a blast. It's a blast for you. And it's a blasphemy. You see my Tijuana Bible right there on the nightstand. Well, just by sleight of hand, I follow the commandment. That are Bible. Let's say we strand on a lonely island, all the apocalypse comes. I'd be the first one to wager that you'd rip up your holy book, turn it into firewood, and lie down with me. Enjoy an 8-pager. You see my Tijuana Bible right there in your hands. Do you now understand? Oh, what good is it, band? I'll make a convert out of you. I'll make a pervert out of you, yeah. I'll make a convert out of you. I'll make a pervert out of you, yeah. Convert out of you, I'll make a pervert out of you, yeah. I'll make a convert out of you, I'll make a pervert out of you, yeah.
Dankeschön. Vielen Dank. Vorderer Teil des Raumes. Eigentlich der hintere Teil des Raumes. Hier ist ein Song, der ein Musikvideo hat. Dieser Song hat ein Musikvideo und ich kriege sehr viel auf die Fresse in dem Musikvideo. Das ist aber okay, weil es ist Zeichentrick. Und es war immer mein Traum, Zeichentrickfigur zu sein, auch wenn ich dabei viel auf die Fresse bekomme. Es ist ein sehr schönes Video. Das kann ich auch sagen, weil ich damit kaum was zu tun habe mit diesem Video. Es ist wunderschön geworden.
Tried to seize the day, got a seizure. Tried to recall the good days, turns out I got amnesia. Do I look like I have got a punchable face. I'm seriously asking, do I have that kind of gaze? Because it seems to me I've got a punchable face, and my punchability seems to transcend time and space. Fistfights and the kung fu chops are not what I've in mind. I'm talking about the mighty blows of the supernatural kind. You look like I have got a punchable face. I'm seriously asking, do I have that kind of gaze? Because it seems to me I've got a punchable face, and my punchability seems to transcend time and space. Punches go straight for my wallet, and I'm sure whoever punches theirs aiming pretty solid. My aim's poor and my actual face is pretty lucky that it's all just a metaphor. Do I look like I have got a punchable face? I'm seriously asking, do I have that kind of gaze? Because it seems to me I've got a punchable face, and my punchability seems to transcend time and space.
Thank you. I forgot to play one song about my noisy neighbors that are noisy because of all the sex that they have. I forgot to play that in the list, so I'll do it now.
There they go, my neighbors. I like them a lot. But they open up their windows at night when the nights get really hot. I'll wave and smile politely, but in the ambush of my brain, I cannot shake the memories of a certain sound so faint. And I want to yell it out loud that through these thin walls passes the sound. Did you know of your nightly radio drama? I can hear you fucking around every night. Forced to listen, I can't help feeling respect for countless changes of position that my experienced ears detect. Also, you're not the youngest inhabitant of this neighborhood. I guess your sex life is to be envied, yeah. For your age, it is pretty good. And I want to yell it out loud that I'm just jealous of your heart immersed in moaning and groaning. All I can hear is my lonely heart. And I want to yell it out loud that I'm just jealous of your heart immersed in moaning and groaning. All I can hear is my lonely heart, my lonely heart. Thank you, sir.
Ich spiele noch 3 Songs. Ist das gut für euch? Ist das eine gute Anzahl von Songs für euch? 3? Gut. Alle guten Dinge. Hier ist ein Song über zu große Autos, Panzer und Schiffe und andere Maschinen, die sehr groß sind. Vielleicht müssen sie gar nicht unbedingt groß sein, aber das ist halt jetzt, das ist in dem Song, ist das jetzt halt das Problem, dass die sehr groß sind.
Now that's a good car for the zombie apocalypse, but there is no zombie apocalypse, and until there is a zombie apocalypse, you won't find a parking spot. You can't get your dick up, so you bought a pickup. You got a small PP, you bought an SUV. No juice in your weenie, you bought a Lamborghini. But all those cars in your garage just won't work your mojo. And they're going on that cruise ship, and they say, God damn it, that's the way we want to spend our vacation, that's the way we planned it. Well, seems to me they're taking it all for granted, but we only have one planet. And I don't want to move to Mars. Up there it's so hard to breathe. Might even be the first spaceman to catch a disease. Up there on a spaceship, a disease unbeknownst to man. That's because it's alien. There's a Power Ranger for every color of the rainbow. I guess it's a bit off topic, but it's important that you know that even though the Power Rangers are using heavy machinery, you can be any Power Ranger that you want to be. You can be any Power Ranger that you want to be. You can be any Power Ranger that you want to be. You can be any Power Ranger that you.
Dankeschön. Vielen Dank. Ein großer Trinker hat den nächsten Song inspiriert. Er hat sehr gut getrunken, aber er hat sehr schlecht danach Purzelbäume gemacht. Das war weniger erfolgreich.
Tracksuit right from the 70s and chuck those beers down with mesmerizing speed. Some say it was concentration right there in his eyes that were wandering hazily both left and right. The Bruno San Martino of drinking in a celebration we did indulge. The Bruno San Martino of drinking dove head first into the bark mulch. The Bruno San Martino of drinking, oh, I think he needed stitches. The Bruno San Martino of drinking, because karma is a bitch. His chunky build, his manly chin, oh, he couldn't even help it. It was clear he'd win. And the somersaults he did to celebrate his victory. Oh, the most lovely witlessness that I have ever seen. The Bruno San Martino of drinking in his celebration we did indulge. The Bruno San Martino of drinking dove head first into the bark mulch. The Bruno San Martino of drinking, oh, I think he needed stitches. The Bruno San Martino of drinking, because karma is a bitch. Gonna lie down, little Bruno, but not like that. But it's okay, you're still a hero with that bandage round your head. of drinking.
Dankeschön. Jetzt geht der Spendenhut durch die Reihen. Thank you for any donation in the hat. Thank you very much. Dankeschön. This all goes into my, I guess, improvement of life. Thank you. I will try to do better with your money. Der letzte Song ist ein Coversong. Vielen Dank auch von mir, vor allem. Vielen Dank. So this is the Black Elephant Band. If you want, I also have stickers that are free, of course. If you want to take a sticker, that will cost you nothing. Und vielen Dank fürs Zuhören.
Ruthless. It's raining and the wind is ruthless. It's raining and the wind is ruthless. I'm old and cold and tired and useless and toothless, but I'll get by with a little bit of you. Alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, ephedrine and orange juice. There's shit all over the street. There's shit all over the street. There's shit all over the street. You can't even walk, there's no place left to set one's feet. But I'll get by with a little bit of you. Alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, ephedrine and orange juice. Sucks balls. The radio sucks balls. The radio sucks balls. I don't relate to any of the music they are playing at all, but I'll get by with a little bit of you. Alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, ephedrine and orange juice. Doesn't have a meaning. Life doesn't have a meaning. Life doesn't have a meaning. Anything goes, and I think that I might be dreaming, but I'll get by with a little bit of you. Alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, ephedrine and orange juice. Yeah, I'll get by with a little bit of you. Alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, ephedrine and orange juice.
Vielen Dank, schönen Abend noch. Dankeschön.
Hat da jemand Zugabe gesagt?
Zugabe! Are you sure? Okay, vielen Dank. Vielen Dank. Dann müsst ihr aber auch was tun. Es tut mir ja wahnsinnig leid, niemand mag diese Mitmach. So you gotta help me out with the last song. What you have to do is, and it doesn't have to sound pretty. In fact, it should sound horrible. That would be great if it sounded really, really bad. You have to scream or, whisper or whatever. Montana. Like that's the word. And I'm going to be singing Stuck on a Fucking Train in Montana. And then you will go as ugly as you can. Montana. Let's try it. It needs to sound terrible. And if it's embarrassing for everybody, then it's not embarrassing for anybody, you know?
Stuck on a fucking train in Montana. Stuck on a fucking train in Montana. Up against the wall, bored out of my skull. God damn it.
Very good.
Going to Ohio, what an awful destination. Going to that cold ass motherfucking shithole, then I'm leaving. They don't take kindly to our types in that mistake at the lake called Cleveland. But for now we're still stuck on a fucking train in Montana. Stuck on a fucking train in Montana. Up against the wall, bored out of my skull, god damn it. On a train in Montana, you can get drunk and talk to strangers. On a train in Montana, you can get drunk and read a book.
Es gibt auch Bücher im Marktstadt zu kaufen übrigens.
On a train in Montana, you can get fucking drunk and fall down the hall. On a train in Montana, you can masturbate in the bathroom stall. 1, 2, 3, 4! Stuck on a fucking train in Montana. Stuck on a fucking train in Montana. Up against the wall, bored out of my skull.
Okay, let's do it just 2 more times because it's so beautiful right now. And remember, nobody will ever ask you again to do this in your day job or university. Yeah, well, my next concert, yeah, I'll tell you all about my next concert.
Stuck on a fucking train in Montana. Stuck on a fucking train in Montana. Up against the wall, bored out of my skull, god damn it. Up against the wall, bored out of my skull.
Vielen Dank. Tschüss.